Hey everybody, just behind me on the TV, it's kind of hard to make out, I know, but what you're seeing is old footage from February 11th, 2009, just after Barack Obama became president. He is at the grand reopening of Ford's Theater. This is the place where Abraham Lincoln was once assassinated in history. And in just a few moments, what he's going to be doing is he's going to receive a plaque from an actor playing the part of Abraham Lincoln. And when the actor hands him the plaque, he's going to refer to the plaque as illuminated, a curious word. Um, there's a few things that are really alarming about this whole spectacle. I mean, just think about Barack Obama. One of the first things he's doing as president is going to receive a plaque from Abraham Lincoln in the place where Abraham Lincoln really was assassinated once upon a time. But it gets a lot creepier than that once you really look at the facts. So this place, Ford's Theater, was originally built and opened in the year 1833, so the year 33 of the 19th century, as the First Baptist Church in Washington, D.C. It was that for 28 years. In 1861, it became a theater, which is what it was until Abraham Lincoln was assassinated there. It was closed after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln up until the year 1968. It was reopened for the first time in 1968. In that year, RFK and Martin Luther King Jr. were assassinated. So Robert Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. were both assassinated that year. MLK on April 4th, 4/4. Bobby Kennedy on 6/6. So think about this. Martin Luther King Jr. on April 4th, 1967 came out against the Vietnam War with a speech called Beyond Vietnam, A Time to Break Silence. It was the first time he came out against the war and the U.S.'s foreign policy. It was the first time he spoke about anything other than racial matters. He spoke about the nation's policy of aggression and how if we continue to be a military state, we're going to continue to suffer from all the problems we've always suffered from. And if you've never listened to that speech, you should, because it's a great speech. Anyhow, he was assassinated a year to the day later on April 4th. And think about that, 4/4. Barack Hussein Obama's the 44th president. This Ford's Theater was reopened for the first time in 1968 and remained open for 9 years. It closed in 1977. In terms of presidents, the first president to ever die in office was the 9th president, William Henry Harrison. He died on April 4th, 1841, 4/4, just like Martin Luther King Jr. And his term was only 32 days. He died on the 32nd day. He didn't make it to the 33rd day. They say he died of illness. The word ill in Gematria sums to 33. 9 plus 12 plus 12. If you add a K to the front of the word ill, it sums to 44 and is the word kill. 11 plus 9 plus 12 plus 12. The word kill equals 44. When you think of Barack Hussein Obama, you think of the word hope. He ran on hope. There's that famous image of him in the red and blue, and with the word hope at the bottom. Hope is spelled H-O-P-E. That's 8 plus 15 plus 16 plus 5. That sums to 8 plus 15 is 23, plus 16 more is 39, plus 5 more is 44. So both the words kill and hope equal 44. So does the word faith. The word military equals 44. The word cook equals 44. There's more. So anyway, that's not it. But that's already quite a bit. But there's more. It's gotten even more interesting lately, and that's what I want to get into next. So Barack Obama's birthday is August 4th. August 4th. And in Gematria, this practice of coding words into numbers, United States of America equals 84. All those words, when summed together, equal 84. United States of America, just like Obama's birthday. And when you think of George Orwell's book, the book about a future society, constantly at war, constantly being spied on, it's different than the United States, but also very similar. You think of that year, 84. So, recently on August 4th, on Obama's birthday, James Brady died. It was originally reported that he died of natural causes. About a week after the fact, it came out that he was murdered. What was creepy about it for me is earlier in the day before it was reported he died, I wrote about him because there was a story in the morning about Ebola, and on my blog, freetofindtruth.blogspot.com, I decode headlines daily, and I just analyze what I can get out of decoding them. And the story about the Ebola outbreak, the recent Ebola outbreak, had all the same numbers in it. This is the morning of August 4th, as the James Brady Ronald Reagan assassination from March 30th, 1981. That assassination attempt took place at 2:27 in the afternoon, or 33 minutes till 3. And the connection with the Ebola is there's a patient 0 who contracted Ebola on the date of 7/22, similar to the time of 2/27, and this guy's 33 years old. So anyway, I made these connections earlier in the day, and then later that same day it was reported that James Brady died, which really weirded me out. But then it made me think more about it, and I said, okay, what's the significance of this? James Brady, a man who's known for saving Ronald Reagan, who was the 33rd governor before becoming president, passes away on the current president's birthday. That seems kind of like a foreshadowing in a way, a riddle, just like him receiving an illuminated plaque at this Ford's Theater. If you don't know all the other details, it might seem meaningless, but you start putting it together, you start seeing a pattern here. So, the man who shot James Brady and Reagan was named John Hinckley, and in this gematria, the name John sums to 47, like the nation's birthday, 4th of July. The name Hinckley sums to 84. In 33 years later, from 1981 to 2014, it's 33 years later, he dies on August 4th, 8-4. Also in the year 1984 is the year James Brady got a gun bill passed in his name. So, in this study of gematria, what I found is the numbers 33, 47, and 74 are the most important. James Brady died on August 4th. Had he lived to August 29th, he would have turned 74 on this August 29th. In the movie Terminator 2, the dates August 4th and August 29th are connected. On August 4th, Skynet goes live, and on August 29th, it blows up and half the world's population dies. That happens in the year 1997, 17 years earlier. What's interesting is also from 17 years earlier is a connection from recent headlines, this Ebola story, which is also in a way related in a weird triangle. The plane that crashed on July 17th was the 84th Boeing 777 ever made. You can look this up on Aviation Weekly. It has every stats for all the planes. It was the 84th Boeing 777 ever produced. It first flew on July 17th, 1997, and crashed 17 years later to the day, supposedly, on July 17th, 2014. Also, TWA 800 was a July 17th crash in 1996, a year before this plane flew. If you go to the Bible and you look at Genesis 8:4, you will see that the passages about Noah's Ark coming to rest on the 17th day of the 7th month, July 17th, just like the plane crash, and these numbers, 84, are corresponding with quite a few things. Also, in both wrecks, the 1996 TWA crash and this more recent one, it was said that one of the world's leading AIDS researchers died. The acronym for AIDS is 1 + 9 + 4 + 19, AIDS. It sums to 33. Patient 0 for AIDS was named Michael, also a name that sums to 33. So, there's just all these pieces coming together. You see the Ford's Theater. You see Barack Hussein Obama being the 44th president. You see the James Brady death on his birthday. And one more piece that I just learned recently from the Bill Murray death. Bill Murray's death was on 8/11/14, August 11th, 2014. You'd write that date, 8/11/14. 8 plus 11 plus 14 sums to 33. And in numerology, that is a way to calculate a date. That's an acceptable method. In history, Julius Caesar was assassinated on 44 BC on the equivalent date of March 15th. This coming March 15th will be the date 3/15/15. 3 plus 15 plus 15 sums to 33. And March 15th is the 74th day of the year, a good day for a martyr. And if Obama is assassinated, that's exactly what he'll be. He'll be a martyr. He won't really be killed. It will be fake. He will fake his death for whatever the role is and whatever they're trying to achieve. The name Jesus sums to 74. The word cross sums to 74. The English translation of Jesus is Joshua. It sums to 74. The word Lucifer sums to 74. The word occult sums to 74. The inverse of the number 74 is 47. The word Christian equals 47. The word Republican equals 47. The word Whig, as in Whig Party, where the Republicans come from, equals 47. The word President equals 47. The word Caesar equals 47. So the links in our language show the connections between the old and the present. And when you combine all these pieces and understand all these layers of the riddle, you can decode what's coming.